Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Horn of the Abyss. Once again we're back in the Forged in Fire campaign. This box contains primary statistics, therefore we shall not pick it up for Aura, who I'm sure is very useful, but we'd rather save that for our factory heroes, surely. After all, they're the ones that will transfer to the next scenario. So we're going to leave that box there and press on. For example, we do need to get the mage, so let's do that now. We actually have plenty of movement left. It is quite enjoyable, the amount of movement that this witch has. Behold the movement. Let us enjoy it together, shall we? Ah yes, movement. And carry on. So, Wynona is sitting here with not a lot of spell points, but that's going to change if we're going to hire these basilisks. That has nothing to do with the increasing of spell points, but this is only the beginning. So, first and foremost, Henrietta is actually finally free of her confines of this boat, so she could transfer to somewhere useful. The only question is where. So, probably just backwater, just leave the troops we're going to leave there. That being said, we do need somewhere that we're going to... Actually, let's have her teleport to... It's not a lot of movement points, is it? I guess Deadwood. That seems reasonable for now. Can you get there and back? Yes, if you teleport. So let's hire these two rust dragons, shall we? Well, let's get some more sulfur. Look at our resources, incidentally. Like, we have a few resources. Starting to get some of that wealth that we've been heard so much about. There we go. More rust dragons, excellent. Put them into the town now. Actually, you just literally stroll back to the town, isn't that nice? Behold, we're in this town. Excellent. So, Wynona. We're going to do a bit of a tour here. First and foremost, Hermit Cove? Not really. Is anything in Marshwall? No, it's just a town that exists to be a fortress to attack. Let's have the other heroes do their busy work first, shall we? So, first and foremost, basilisks. And that barely gives you enough room to get back, fair enough. Alright, Elishar, Keeper of the Bulls. There'll obviously be more bulls coming later, but for now we just want to get here and get back, upgrade these bulls, and recruit the rest of the Mighty Gorgons. Excellent. So, of course these two up to their usual antics also. It's nice to finally have somewhat decent economy in this game. It's taken a lot of work, but it has worked out quite well. Let's make our meeting there as usual. Oren, of course, going to recruit some serpent flies and dump them into Drakenmoor. Alright, and back you go. So, it's not going to be too long now until I've got that nice black keymaster's tent. Oh yes. So first and foremost, we want to go to Mosden and trade with you. We'll take those basilisks off you, and then we shall upgrade them, along with the other basilisks. Ah yes. Then we shall teleport to Marshank and grab these Gorgons. Then we shall teleport to Silt and grab the rest of these serpent flies. Then we'll teleport to Drakenmoor. We'll grab the Null Marauders, the Lizard Warriors, and the Dragonflies as well. We'll upgrade these and these. Excellent. Additional troops. We'll then teleport over to Deadwood. We'll to liaise with Henrietta and grab powerful troops for the fight ahead. There might be a slight issue, but that'll do, because that is the planned army. So these guys might be sitting in the garrison for a while. So then we teleport over to Backwater And we grab even further reinforcements, including gnolls that we will also leave behind. But excellent. We could actually take the acids from HotA. It is an option. There are many. Well, for now we'll make do without, but if we have further trouble, we'll swap the Gorgons out for the 500 plus acids, eh? Also, I forgot to grab the artifacts, so we're going to have to go back to Deadwood, grab the artifacts from Henrietta, this time properly. Excellent. Oh, you can have the Greater Gnolls Flail, we'll have the other artifacts. We'll also have the Bow of the Sharpshooter that you've got there, that looks very nice. Thank you. Does that give me enough morale, or am I negative morale? I am negative morale. Well, that is negative. Well, I guess the Crest of Valor then. Behold. Now you're at neutral morale. Excellent. As for Henrietta, she should be fine as is, really. Grab the ammunition cart. Okie dokie. So next we'll teleport over to... not Mosswood... Mudshire, and grab the rest of the army. The power of reinforcement. It's strong. We've got an army here, that's for sure. Let's teleport one more time to Marshank. It is from this humble destination that we shall make our way over to the place of destiny. Specifically, the shipyard. Are we wearing the correct footwear? Yes, we are. And there we have it. It was a lot of reinforcing, but it was good. We did it. I don't know if the gnolls are going to actually be meaningful in any way. We'll probably just use the rest of the factory scraps for now, just to do our various endeavours. For now, though, that's going to involve using Town Portal to move over to Marshank as well. Hopefully make use of this Black Keymaster's tent. That'll be the day. Also be nice to make use of that magic well. There's a number of things over here that we need to clear. And, you know, need to get on it. So let's do it. Alright. End turn. Naturally everything gets stronger because that's how the cookie crumbles. Alright, excellent. Let's grab the Magi. I suppose if I wanted to, now could be a time to deliver... Well, I can't Town Portal with you because you don't have the scroll or Town Portal, but never mind. We'll grab the Magi, all of them, because why not? We can grab some Stormbirds, and actually we just really want to get over here with the Pixies. Okie dokie. Let's make sure we've got the correct footwear, which we do. We didn't have the right footwear to sleep in, but we did have the right footwear to move in the swamp in. So that's something. Knowing is half the battle. Alright, Henrietta, are you wearing the right shoes? You are! Again, not the right footwear to sleep in, but the right shoes to walk over here in. Alright. You can head back into town. Well, actually you can hire these 4 basilisks. Excellent. Well, actually, you can go back in your tent, Oren. All right, Cuthbert, deliver the troops. Excellent. So it's certainly a compromise having to not have archery here, despite the fact we've got 2 range stacks. But you know, we have to make do with what we have. Let's not. Let's build the boat at a distance rather than moving on to the shipyard, because we might not have enough movement points. So instead we'll just build it at a distance and then just directly move into the ship like so. Excellent. And then hopefully you can get there in one turn. Looks like you can. Good. Basilisks. Get recruited. Alright, and Henrietta, you're almost ready to do this Keymaster's tent. For now, it might be Zounds of Minotaur Kings. Possibly a little bit ambitious of the meager army we have. I might still need to have someone else do this, or, like, take troops off of HotA or whatever, but hey. We can make this... We could do it with reasonable time to spare, so... But let's not hire Stormbirds now, I guess, because we need to make room for Pixies and Enchanters. So, yeah, let's just not do that. Excellent. The Enchanters will soon be upon us, or the Pixies. Yeah, this seems a bit situational and difficult and weird. Maybe a bit more possible with an ammunition cart, but it also seems quite absurd in terms of difficulty. We'll grab the gold, though, and the gems. Alright, Damacon. You can grab this nest. So the fighting time will soon be upon us with Wynona. She's got more troops, more powerful artifacts. We should be significantly stronger than we were. And that's just a casual 340 pixies, of course. We're going to have to upgrade all of them, which is not going to be cheap, but we have got them. Also, there's a tome of fire magic there. It's now dawning on me. There is a dawn. In that we do have, sitting on Henrietta here, the Orb of Tempestuous Fire. So we can, if we wanted, grab the book and cast Armageddon all over Practal's face. Could be possible. Could be a strategy. It does still involve having to kill phoenixes, but we have Resurrection Scroll now. It is an option. I will consider it. For now, let's make landfall. We actually don't have that much movement points left over, so this is actually a good sail. So let's sail away, shall we, Wynona? Excellent. It's a good sail. And there we are. How is your footwear situation? Let's fix that now. We definitely want to hit the magic spring. That's the first step. Alright, gems. I mean, we could try the Minotaur Kings. It seems silly. Let's do the Warehouse of Crystal. And the Warehouse of Sulphur. Oh yes. Good times. We won't be waiting very long, frankly, because Wynona's going to kill this witch. And then it'll be time to dance. Okay. So we're going to upgrade now. We're going to get the enchanters. Let's upgrade now. Because we don't need to upgrade the enchanters after all. So, yeah. I guess it actually would be worth now buying these. Because they are acids already. I guess it would technically be worth it. Well, why not? Alright, Wynona. Obviously not going to get very far without swapping to your swamp boots. Excellent. Now you move quite the distance. It did take us a week to come there, here and back again, but it has been done. We are ready to attack next turn. Henrietta will be ready to move through this black border guard next turn. Let's end turn then. Reinforcements have arrived here at Backwater. We'll deliver them now. Excellent. So, let's have you buy these slaves here. Obeying the commands written on the parchment, the slave trader gives you, along with the bill of sale, the acids soar down from the high perches and land around you. Clearly well trained, the creatures are awaiting your orders. Yes, thank you. We could get back on the boat if we're being movement efficient, but let's go to the Hill Fort and actually do what we're here to do. Why not? That was worth the go. So, let's make sure we're properly equipped, shall we? We'll have both of the rings of bonus health increased. Let's make sure we have the Resurrection Scroll equipped as well. We don't have a better neck item. This is probably as good as we're going to get, but let's be ready. Let's save. Use the power of saving. and attack. We could even snipe the Warehouse of Sulfur. Oh yeah. This should be doable. Auto combat doesn't think so. So, we've got significantly more stats and spell points. What do you think about a mass slow? Okay, we're going to need to readjust our movement because we can't actually block the Cyclopes. That's a bit of a problem. That being said, these Coatls have good good damage because there's so many of them, so that's good. So let's reposition ourselves slightly, like so. Let's Slayer. Swoop in and kill them. Excellent. It's gonna make all them stuff just move up, right? But now we've got Halfling Grenadiers and Lizard Warriors with Bob the Sharpshooter. Now this enemy is not taking much damage, I'm noticing. Like 29 attack, 29 defense. We're ignoring enemy defense, and we're still only dealing like killing like 2 to 3 of them. Maybe it's an armorer specialty or something. Well, let's start killing. Fast units are probably more dangerous, aren't they? Now, of course, our Lizard Warriors are built different. Counter-strike. I mean, I actually don't mind the paralysis there, to be honest. Now, do I want to dive in with the Gorgons now or later? Now. There's certainly a disparity in terms of the amount of damage. Now, obviously, with Counter-Strike, there's a problem here. Oh no, we just paralyzed them. It's that simple. It's that simple. How do I not realize how simple it would be? Okay. So do I attack here? Probably. Negate the Counter-Strike. Okay. Because it is negated, I can actually attack freely. Apparently not. We're just all going to be paralyzed today. I thought I negated Counter-Strike. Apparently you can't dispel Counter-Strike and have it actually dispel. Let's cast Bless. I guess I can wait and then not have the Chaos Hydras hit my face. Assuming the Chaos Hydras aren't interested in like hitting these two things, but... Oh, let's just step back, shall we? Alright. Fire away! Killing 100 at a time is not bad. That was a massive hit, that's for sure. So you have Counter-Strike, and you have no enemy retaliation. That being said, you didn't kill any dragons, you just killed a few Coatls and serpent flies. But certainly the paralysis has been nice. Should I just sail back with you for now? This is just gonna suck. I want to shoot this thing to death. I don't want to melee it. That's gonna suck. Let's just sail you back. Fly you back, rather. You deal a nice amount of damage, though. How about you just murder that stat completely? Thank you very much. Can I negate anti-magic? I can. Take that. Okay. I mean, this is actually coming together fairly well. We just need to start resurrecting our troops now. So let's do that. It's going to take a while. There's a lot of troops to res. This isn't exactly Heroes of Clone Resurrection. Oh, because these are faster, I can hit here, steal the retaliation, and then hit with the Coatls. That's good. That's very good. And then we just shoot. Air shield sucks. But even through the air shield, I kill half of them. This fight's actually turning out quite well. This has been a success. Let's keep resurrecting. How much time do you have left on your paralyze? You're moving this turn. Okay. That being the case, we want to steal your retaliation. All the dragonflies die again. And let's make sure that you're well and truly dead. Oh, somehow you still got Counter-Strike going. Fair enough. I don't fully understand the mechanics of Counter-Strike, clearly. Back on the floor again. Okay. They're now down. Excellent. Let's cast slow. If possible, hypnotize would be ideal. Because then we don't have to worry about just shenanigans. Obviously, you're not going to be useful. That's going to be too powerful. So, let's just not. That's also going to be too powerful, so let's not. This is potentially okay. That's okay. Well, now we got that again. Alright, well, in you go, serpent flies, dragonflies. Negate the anti-magic. Can we hypnotize it? Apparently not. Still too powerful. Alright, can we slow it? Yes, but everything's still in range. Okay. Everything move out of the way. But then it has anti-magic on it again. Now, that's gonna kill it too. How can I not kill this? I guess the dragons can do that. This is a master spell too, which is gonna suck. I don't want to master spell myself. Guess I have to. Run away. I guess that'll do. Am I going to have to do that every round? Is that just my life, my journey? I suppose what I do is I wait. Dispel. Defend. Hypnotize. There we go. Now we're fine. Now we can resurrect to our heart's content. So, let's do it, shall we? Resurrection. 8 creatures. 67 creatures. 535 creatures. Well, certainly the Coatls are the most deserving. They are a power stack, by all means. We may have to kiss goodbye to the dragonflies once again. But, you know, let's see how long our mana lasts. We've got plenty of time before this Hypnotize expires. Alright, so Coatls are basically fine now. I'm basically just rezzing one, but I'll res it. So Coatls are now healthy. Excellent! One little feature I've noticed of these new health bars they've added. If it's green, the creature's completely unscathed, whereas yellow means the creature's lost units or health. Alright, so we got 14 turns left. Which will run out first, you wonder? The Hypnotize or our spell points? But this has been a good result, frankly. We went from a complete wipeout, which would have been a tough battle with like maybe half of our stuff saved, if we're lucky, to actually, we've just actually conquered this woman. So that's excellent. I'm very, very happy with this result. How many turns left? 9 turns. We're still good. Now it's time to start resurrecting the millions of dragonflies. We're actually going to run out of Hypnotize before we finish rezzing all the dragonflies. But, you know, we'll do what we can. The problem is what spell will this person cast on me? If I'm being sensible, I'll like recast Hypnotize before I'm done, right? Alright. Again. Mind you, I'm going to probably run out of mana. I've got 5 casts left of res. That's probably going to be the answer. And then there's a question of, do I want to have enough for Town Portal afterwards? It's probably not needed, considering there's still Quaddles to pick up. So I guess that's okay. Yeah, and there's a magic spring right next to me. Okay, another resurrection. I'm just keeping an eye on that 3 there. Because that's now down to... Oh, it's still down to 3. 2. So... yeah, just being weary of that. In theory, this is the last turn this creature's hypnotized. So this creature's now free of my spell. It's probably still worth hypnotizing it again because I can get 1 or 2 more casts. Well, can I? Well, I can do 2 casts of Resurrection with my remaining spell points. And a Hypnotize costs the same as a Resurrection. So basically, I spend a res to gain a res. So am I actually gaining anything? Not really. It's probably worth doing the final res now and saying, okay, we're going to lose like 80 dragonflies, and then just take the win. And there we go. With those 60, caster math is a thing. But still, that's a good win. We now have a threat removed. Dealt with, as it were. Let's swap boots. And now we can move on this rough terrain and open up the fat old hag problem. Excellent. There we have the Keymaster's tent dealt with. And you can even reach this place and have enough spell points to do things. Next turn, of course. That's still worth doing, because we want to have you ready for next turn. We'll pop that back on, but it's good that that woman is now dealt with, because we did need to gain access to this Black Keymaster's tent. It's a significant boost, because it opens up all these different monoliths everywhere, like even here. I forget where the yellow exit was. I think it was somewhere interesting, but yeah, I'd have to double check. But yeah, just a lot of movement was opened up by that. We still need to get these as well. So yeah, even this here too, to get up to this area. So it really does open up the map to have that sorted. Okay. Well, that's a good W, good win. Let's have a quick pick in here before we wrap up the video, shall we? So what do we have here? We have a legion of sorceresses guarding a Shrine of Magic incantation, a legion of sea dogs guarding this crystal mine. Well, that's a bit unfortunate because I'd need to have more troops to do this. It's going to be stupid doing that with just automatons. So... and I mean, there's not enough bounty hunters to do the whole preemptive shot thing either. So, you know, that's a problem. We can have a peek. Ish. Yeah, that's not possible. And I don't have Forgetfulness on Henrietta in a meaningful way anyway. So, yeah. I mean, in theory, if I had that Tome of Fire Magic, I could have just Armageddoned them to death, but yeah. Look, I'm trying to be cute and doing things with my 2 heroes because there's a lot of things that need doing, but clearly that's not possible. Okay, well we have that Garden of Revelation. Probably what I'm going to do before wrapping up the map is I'll just, like, with both characters, just, like, pan over every primary stat increase. Like, we can now do this one too, the Swarm of Sorceresses. On Cursed Ground, of course. But, yeah, just, like, doing all of that just to make sure that no one misses out on any good stats. We need those stats. It's a little bit unfortunate that Henrietta can't do much here, but we tried. We tried to make her useful for a moment, but she's going to have to just leave. What am I actually waiting for? It really is just the Quaddles. I want to pick those up before leaving. Steed, though, eh? That's going to be an interesting problem. He's got stuff. He's obviously getting stuff every turn from this cove town. Well, let's call it a video, shall we? When we come back next time, more Heroes of Might and Magic 3.